guys, welcome in. Let me get this mic over here, might help. All right, guys, welcome in. We're going to continue working on this FiveM fiasco we've got going on here. Um, we started a couple of streams earlier today, weren't able to get it to fully agree with us. Had some internet issues, had an issue with the host. We started out with a host issue. It's just been one problem right after the other. So what I'm going to do is we're going to start right now, and I want to try to get as far as I can, and I'm going to keep an eye on the stream because I had some internet issues myself, and just make sure we're doing good on it, so we can push this thing out. So what I'm going to do now is just go through the basics on how to set up a Windows server, not a panel server. So let's just get into that. We'll keep moving forward. We'll try to get as much done on this stream as I can. I wanted to do it all in one setting, but it's not going to happen tonight. So the goal is just to get as far as we can, and then I'll split it into a second setup for another one. We should be able to get it done in two. So let's take a look, see if I can get everything going. Okay, yes, looks like everything's doing good so far. All right, so looking on the screen up here, what we've got is this is the dashboard for our VPS. Basically, what you're going to do is download basic stuff. So you're going to need a WinRAR, which is just something to download and bust open your scripts with. You've seen me use it several times, so you're going to need that. Next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to, hopefully I can do it because I'm downloading at the same time. You're going to need to go to, just search FiveM artifacts. So it's just basically like this, FiveM artifacts. It's right there, Windows. It's going to bring you to this, and you're going to go to this page, and you're going to download the latest. Don't download this top one because it can still have glitches in it. Look at the difference in the numbers. I mean, there's 1,000 uploads since then, so we don't want to get all those problems. This is the last stable version, so that's what we're going to stick with. So let's just stay with that. All right, so once you download that, that's the biggest thing you're going to need, other than XAMPP. XAMPP is what you need to send it out into everything to be able to be played. So XAMPP is just this download right here, XAMPP, and you download the Windows version, the newest version. Pretty simple. Install it. It's just a regular install. I'm not going to get into all that just because of all of the other crap that we've had. I feel that if someone is able to at least attempt to run a server, that they should be able to just install some shit, okay? So let's just keep freaking moving along with it. Let's see. I don't need this page anymore. I am downloading cars right now, so we're looking at another 15 minutes. I'm going to have to start a couple of car packs while we're doing this. So I've already went and downloaded all of my assets from my Keymaster. So they're already on the server. So this is one thing you have to do first. So your very first thing after you get everything downloaded is you want to create a folder. And you want to name that folder whatever. You can name it your server. I don't care. But the thing of it is, it cannot change. Whatever you set it for, that's it. So I always say name it the server. Normally I'll open it. I'll do then is I'll just go to properties, and I'll change the icon, just because it makes it stick out for me better. Because sometimes when you're using these panel servers, they get blurry. I usually use the tree. It's just something I've always used. I don't know why. Sometimes they get blurry because I guess it's where it's not really using a GPU. The computer's own memory is what's making the actual the screen. Instead of having the GPU do it for you, the computer itself is having to make everything instead of having a GPU do it separately, saving all that CPU power. So your computer is going to use more, your server is going to use more power to do basic stuff than what your computer does normally. So your computer can function on like 8 gigs, but 8 gigs on one of these servers will max it out just using like basic Windows and Google. So, keep that stuff in mind. All right, so all the bullshit's out of the way. Make sure your XAMPP is turned on. Once it's on, you want to start the first and the second one. First one is what sends it out. The second one is your database. Now, to get into your database, all you gotta do is click on admin. That's pretty much it. Okay, so what we're going to do, first thing we're going to do is we're going to open this folder here. All right, you're going to have your server in there, right? Because you download those artifacts. You're going to drag those server artifacts. Don't open it. Put it in here, still unpacked. Then you're going to unzip it in here, because what it's going to do is you're going to keep a copy of it in there all the time. So anytime you swap it out, put that version in there and take this one out. So if you update it or something. All right, we're going to let that do its thing. Okay, so now that that's done, there's something under my mouse. Don't know what it is. Oh well. What the hell? Anyway, I need to get a mouse pad and put it back on. All right, so all you do is open up server. I'm going to scroll down. Like I said, my server's having a few little problems right now because I'm downloading a lot. So I'm using up a lot of its CPU power just doing that. All right, so what this is going to do is going to start our base server. And FiveM server is going to, or FX server is going to install everything for us through TXadmin. So this is going to start it and load your panel. What I usually do is just let it do its thing. If it takes a few minutes, let it do it, especially if you're doing things with it. Normally, I try to download everything in advance so I don't have anything running while I'm doing this. So we're going to link account, but I'm against the wall here trying to get stuff done. Get this thing opened. Okay, now it's going to ask you for a password. So this is just like a backup password. 1, 4. Make sure you remember this just in case. Okay, create the master account. All right, this is where it starts setting your stuff up. So you're going to hit next and you're going to give it your name. So I've already done it once because I've been trying to get this thing to work right. Now we're going to use a popular recipe. And we're going to grab QB Core. That's going to be your root folder. That's why I said you can't, once you set the folder name, you can't change it because it goes into here. You can go in and change it if you wanted to. All you have to do is get the location of it, but that's a pain in the ass. I'm just saying, set it once and forget it. It's always good to have it on your desktop anyways, especially in a server, because you don't want to have to be bouncing around. What you want to have in the end of the day when you're done with your server is your server, your XAMPP, Google, and WinRAR. Anything really much more than that, you don't need it. Anything extra you've ever had on the server that you don't need, delete it. Just keep the base on there that you have to have. All right, so we're going to go ahead and execute this. I'm going to hit next. Now it's going to ask me for a server key. All you got to do to get your server key is go here. You're going to go to your servers. And you're going to click on the one you want to use. This is the one I want to use because I'm going to put this one offline in a minute. We're going to copy this. I'm going to get a new code anyways. So I'm just going to do it this way because it's going to be changed. So guys, don't freak out about that part. It will be changed, I promise. Where did that go? Oh, crap. It's behind that. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Come up. There it is. Okay. Paste. Right. And I will be changing that out, so it's not a big deal. As soon as we get done, I will be making changes, so don't freak out because of that. It's one thing I have to change in, well, 2 places, so I'll be changing it just as soon as we get done with the live stream. Which is the reason why I'm running my name at the top of the screen up here. I usually don't do that, but the IP address to the panel server is behind it, so no one could, mess with that. Let it do its thing. And as always, guys, you hear me typing, it's because I am multitasking with you guys. I have some of you guys messaging me from time to time asking about things. So I do have that going on as well. So if you see me typing or if I stop for a second while I'm streaming, that's why. But while we're waiting for this, if you're thinking of that, if you guys haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Smash the like button for this stream. We're working hard to try and get the server up for you guys so we have something to stream out of. And also go down and leave us a comment. Whatever. You know, as long as it's not derogatory, I don't care if you say something goofy about me. It doesn't bother me. But, you know, leave a comment down below just so that YouTube sees that you guys are at least engaging with the content, and that gets us in the algorithm. The subscription is all about getting us to the 1,000, which is our next goal for this channel. Views are great, guys. I appreciate it as much as possible. You can't even imagine. I just want you guys to go ahead and start smashing the like button for the videos. That really is going to help us out a lot. But yeah, we're continuing on with this, and we're going to go above and beyond with some of this. I've got more stuff coming. The more subscribers I can get, the more people I've got to help out. So, what are you doing, boy? I'm trying to get the server going, bub. Oh, it's been a day, man. I had to fight with a server host. Now I'm trying to stream it while I'm running it, but we'll see how that works out. My internet's wasn't agreeing with me earlier. I started dropping frames like crazy. And about the time I started dropping frames, the server messed up. The internet on the server messed up, and I couldn't get anything to work. So I just had to start over. So it was a big mess. I had a problem with the host. Me and the guy got into it, and he called me. Believe it or not, the dude called me because I guess I hurt his feelings or something. I don't freaking know. You know, I don't really give a flying fart about that, but he actually called me and tried to talk smack, and I was like, man, I'm not the one. And ended up, we worked it out, and he gave me a discount. So I think he gave me a discount because I basically told him, I'm like, okay, go ahead and be an ass to me. I was like, my next thing is going to be to all the people that I set up servers for that's on your network. We're going to be moving a bunch of servers in the next few days. And I was like, I'll do the work for free. And then he's like, he changed his tune because he realized he remembered that I'd set up so many of these freaking servers for him. So I think I've got 12 or 14 on their network that I've set up. And you're talking an average of $50 to $75 a piece for each server. So I mean, if you do, I mean that's not a lot of money, but it is if you take it out over a few months. So, but we've got this. I've got the server, the base server back online. It's on the same key master, so on the same key. So I need to jump on Rocket Node really quick and shut that old server down. So I'll get hits on the. So I'm using the same key right now. I'm actually going to switch the keys out. So I'll let it be seen on stream. So I've got to change that server key. Let's see. All right, so I got it online. So once we do that, all right, now I've got that's on. Wait and see if everything loads. Okay. I need to change the name. It's probably going to have taken me 2 streams to do this. I thought I could have got it all done in one. You see me do it in like 5 hours before, but all the crap that went on earlier, I just don't have the time. I mean, I could, but I'd be up to like midnight, 2 a.m., and I just don't, I can't do that anymore. I did that with Katie when Katie was here one night. I just can't do it again. That's done. Save this. Leave that open for a minute. Yeah, I'm hoping to have everything done tonight. The biggest part of it. And then tomorrow I can get into some of the more aggravating stuff that I always put off for last, like those freaking guns. Tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, tonight and tomorrow should do it. Well, at least to where everybody can get in. That's my big thing. That's my thing. If I can get everybody in, let's see. So, I need one of these for cars. What's that? That was freaking Facebook. Okay. All right. Let's see. So I've got cars, maps, modules, scripts. I'm trying to think. I know I'm forgetting something. It'll be alright. I'll figure it out later. Let's see. So now I need to insure all this crap. Let's see. So script. I can do this too, since you're sitting there. Hold on. That one. Yeah, that should do it. Let's see. Okay, so then. We'll save that. I don't think I need that anymore for now. Let's see where these cars are at. Are they downloaded? 3 more minutes. Okay. Good thing about this freaking Windows server, man, I can just start throwing shit in. Alright, so with this Windows server, I can just drag and drop. I don't even got to wait on it to upload. Yeah, it's just gonna be a lot faster, but that's why I can get them done faster on these. But it's just I didn't want to do it just yet. I was hoping to finish it on Rocket Node, but damn, them fucking idiots, man, they just screwed everything up. We'll see if I can get this thing to unzip all these folders in one spot. Let's see. Extract all. Let's do this. WinRAR. Extract. Can't remember which one it is. I think it's this one. See how it starts doing it. Oh no, where'd it go? Oh fuck, I did it wrong. Cancel. Crap. Damn it. Let's just do it. There's a way to do it where I can make it do all of them. I never can remember how to do it. So let's see. Which one are we gonna do first? Let's get start at the top. So it'd be Wasabi Ambulance. Where's it at? So I gotta get the bridge first. So we need to do this one. What? Oh, that's my fault. Let's see. This job. So we got that one out. Okay. Over for the EMS. So install this stuff. Finish. That finished. Now I've got another car pack to download. Okay. Okay. Alright, that one started. Shouldn't take long. Okay. Alright, so now we gotta do images. So QB inventory, HTML, images. See how they loaded the items on this one. I'm curious. They put the freaking guns at the top. I knew they would. I don't know why they do that shit. Alright, so okay. Ammo on the top. Bad. This way. Let's see. Should have cut that. Crap. Not copy. Okay, cut that out. Get down here. Okay. I'm working. Trying to get this thing done. The pay for it part's what freaking sucks. I can show you how to do the rest. The setting it up and running it, I can teach you all kinds of that stuff. But it's the yeah, that's the problem. I mean, and you know what? I hate to say it's the truth, but they make it so difficult to do it. I mean, they really do. Some of these guys who, and I'm not trying to throw shade at nobody or anything, but some of these guys that run these hosting companies, they're dicks too. The dude I dealt with today, now granted, me and him found common ground at the end of the day, because I'm just not a guy to take bullshit off anybody. I'm just not gonna do it. You know, I'm paying you, bitch. But you know, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. I'm the kind of person that'll just be that way. But I'm telling you, I just can't put up with that bullshit. You know, don't talk shit to me, especially when I just spent freaking money. Let's see. Does that screen look dark to you? Does that screen look dark? To me, it looks dark. That's just me. I don't know. Let's see. Okay. I don't think I really got to mess with much of this crap. Like the black part of it, does it make it look dark? Like, cause it looks kind of like dull. Maybe that's what it is. Let's see. Well, and this is a server too, so everything's different because you know these servers don't have a GPU. Uh, so the computer itself, like the RAM and the CPU on the computer is doing this too, instead of it having two separate things. So, not gonna do logs because they fucking aggravate me to death. Let's see. Let's see. So I don't have. Let's see. We can use the stretcher. Was it? Let's see. I leave the radial menu off. We use the bag. Let's see. What am I looking for? What? No, this is the original. This is the original. This is my original server, man. This is where we started with. Back to where I started, because I'm going to go down eventually. It's a matter of time before, you know, it's a matter of time before they take me out. So if I'm going to go out, I figure screw it. I'm going to go out like I'm supposed to. We'll go out back like we started. I was going to use the other name, and then I was like, nah, we'll just do this. Let's see, so. We're not going to do a whole. I mean, you know how my shit is. I try to keep it even because I don't want it to be too much of one thing. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, there's you can be with yeah. Hmm. Yep. He's not though. No, he's not. No. No, yeah, he will. Doolittle will play. Uh I don't yeah, and he's just yeah, but he can also be he's the kind of guy too that, he'll play the criminal too and take a loss. He'll play criminal man and take a loss. A lot of guys don't do that. They want to win all the time, you know what I mean? And he's the kind of guy he'll take the L just for fun. Most criminals don't want to lose. They want to win all the time. That's what kills the cops. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. No, no, it's good. Yeah. Oh, it is. It takes a while. My first build took me weeks. I mean, we started out uh, with just kind of moving around, basically. We just like, okay, everybody had admin, and we went from building to building to building to building, trying to see what was in each spot. Like, okay, what's hidden? What can't we see? We spent like 2 or 3, like a better part of a week doing that. Just trying to see what we didn't know. And then once we did that, then we went to uh, looking around to see, okay, now what can we do? And once we kind of figured out the ropes, Then it was like, now what do we do? And then we just had to start finding shit. So we, me and Squirrel and another guy back then, and we just started finding random crap, just trying to make it work. It didn't work. It was bad, and I ended up having to pay. I paid two developers to help me. I paid one. What was his name? I can't remember now. I found him on Rocket Node. He was in Rocket Node's uh, in their Discord, and he helped us for a little bit. He was from the UK, and he taught me a little bit. And then I got another guy that taught me about this, how to make it work better, and taught me about how to do file structure correctly so it run a little more smoothly. And it's just, it's just one step after another. But and then you lose a lot of money in the beginning, because I mean, my first actual build that actually I had that worked correctly the way I wanted it to, I paid for it, and that was like $300, and that was rough, but it worked, and I've still got the build. I mean, I've got a copy of it to this day. I've still got it, and I actually still pull some parts out of it of stuff that they don't even that they still use that's not been updated, like stuff for the cop cars on the inside, like the radar and all that crap. I still use it because it works. And if you look at everybody else's, it looks exactly the same. Some of them look a little differently. They may have a different shape to the devices in the screen, but it's basically the same stuff. So I'm like, why should I pay for something that I got for free? Screw that. I just keep my free stuff. It works the same. That's what you got to do. Then you start building up. You end up with piles of stuff. That's how I end up with all this crap. Then you buy stuff from people here and there. I mean, I bought that huge freaking pack of maps that I've never had to really buy very many maps since then, unless it's some specifically that we're looking for. Let's see. I got the items. I got the pictures. Now I gotta go here. That's one thing I hate about coding on the freaking servers like this, is because it messes with the screen. The screen's not as clear, so it kind of messes with you being able to read it correctly. So you have to be really careful. Like, this doesn't bother me as bad on my screen if I had it on my actual computer. Let's see. Mobile menu, radio menu. See, this is the police one. No. So, okay. Billing system. Reviews. This one. Let's see. Car lock system, no. Okay, that's where we're at. All right. We're not using the old management system. We're not using parking. We do have the jail. True. Current jail options. So we're just using QB right now. That should be fine. Let's see. Allow police jobs to search players for items. Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. Yeah. Let's see. Spike strips, yeah. QB core. Weapons license. Cameras. job. All right, brother, that's fine. All right, man. Let's see. All right, so Discord. All we're doing really is just going through these, and you're like we did when we installed them before on any other server. You're just kind of just I basically skim. You're looking for what you need to change or don't need to change. On these, there's not a whole lot. It's just turning stuff on, like GSR. We're going to turn that on. True. Let's see. Take cache. I don't do that because it can be used. Let's just put it that way. It causes a problem. Let's see. You can escape. That's good. We're not going to do the item thing. Okay, lock picking's good. So we're going to turn that on. I don't like using the item because what it does is it makes it so the cops have to have a pair of handcuffs to put you in cuffs, and then you have to have a pair of handcuffs to get them out of cuffs. So the handcuffs are already on them. So it's like you're screwed. So you got to have like 2 pairs all the time. Okay, let's see. GPS blips, yes. Just don't turn on the item. It makes them have to have an item. And that's just a pain in the ass. Let's see. Cones. Let's see. Okay, barriers. This is just the items they can throw out. These are the locations. I'm leaving it alone right now. Don't mess with these until you get ready to set up your final police stations. That way you can set them the correct way. I don't know which one I'm going to be using. Probably MRPD, and usually it's not right, so I'll have to go in and move it around. So it's fine. One thing we do turn off is this. I don't use their vehicles because I've got my own garage script, so I turn that off. We're just going to save this. Save. What in the world is it doing? No, we're not doing that. Cancel that. Oh, probably hit save as. Okay, we're going to close this. Alright, so on this one, this was the police job, so we need to take out the old one. So we're going to go here. And again, I don't delete anything until I'm done. Let's put it in here. Okay. Normally I would do restarts right now, but where I'm downloading files, I don't want to put any more strain on the system than I have to. So I'm just going to wait, and I'll do a restart after all that's done. We've all done I know that it's going in correctly. If you want to see what happens when you install it, go back and watch the other video. If you've not seen that, there is a video for it. Just go watch the video. It's actually goes through the basic install. So we'll put this over here. Okay. Police. All right, now let's get rid of this, and as we go, we're going to clean up our mess. So, get rid of that. Okay, now let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. We're already here. Let's just kill it all. So this was Wasabi evidence. Let's just get it done. Looks like the cars are still downloading. Okay, that's why the server's kind of janky, guys, right now. It's because I've got so much going on. It's going to struggle a little bit, mainly because the server that I ended up speccing out is just a little bit better than what I need to make it do what I want it to do. Alright, so you guys can go to the readmes if you want to. I'll just open this one just so you guys can see that they do have them. It's going to just tell you to go to their installs. I've done it so many times that I already know what to do, so it's not that big a deal for me. The only one, I know this one probably should have an SQL, but I think they auto install. So, yeah, there it is, install me SQL, but let me see something. Make sure I didn't miss one on one of the others, just for the sake of I don't think they have them. I'm almost positive they don't. I think the only one that does have it is possibly, it's just the evidence one, but I want to check, because I got in a bit of a hurry there and didn't slow down. I'm almost positive this is the only one that saves anything. Install. Let's see. No, so they don't have it. Okay, I'm good. I thought for sure. I've done this so many times that it's like, okay, I about know how to do it in my sleep. But I do forget stuff like anybody else. So first thing we're going to do on this one is we're going to do the images like always. So it's just a couple. So we'll go, let's get back up here a little bit. And we're going to go to, there it is. QB. And inventory. HTML. Images. Okay, and again, guys, if you're using panel servers, you can drag and drop. But if you're using a Windows server like this one, please copy and paste, because you want to keep a copy of everything with everything. Because if you ever have to rebuild or something's wrong, you don't want to have to try to find these items. It's better just to have them with everything. All right. So items. This up. It's going to be a couple. Just skip them. It's fine. Don't really care. Alright, so we got to get this. So again, to get that, you just have to open up XAMPP and click admin. Got more than enough stuff up there. Let's see if I can grab this enough to move it. Get rid of some of this. So, I'll probably close all of these actually. All of those. Because I'm still downloading. Get rid of that one too. There is the database. And once it opens, we're going to import choose file desktop. That's why it's everything good to have everything on the desktop. Scripts. If you get green, you're good. I'm gonna leave that up, so we'll just minimize this for now. Get rid of this. Now we've already got our items in, so let's go ahead and see, we didn't put the items actually in here. We copied them, but we didn't put them in. Shared, right? Sure. Oh crap. Not even open them up. Let's see. So that's got that. So let's get rid of that. Okay. Let's see. So now, gotta do the config. Alright, it's basically the same thing as the last one. You're gonna read through it, kind of skim it, and see what you need to change. So, like criminals are able to clean. So this is one I always turn on. So that's just because I want them to be able to clean up after themselves. You know, who's going to leave a crime scene messed up if they can keep from it? Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Flashlights. You gotta have the flashlight. Blood props. All this is good. Um, let's see. Let's do this. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Just kind of looking for anything that needs to be changed. Don't think there's a lot on here that needs to be changed. We're just going to probably leave everything like it is for the most part. Yeah, it's good. Basically, we're doing all of that. Right. As always, guys, take the name, the packs and stuff. I don't know why they do that bullshit. Back up. Yeah, normally I can scoot through a lot of these faster, but where I'm having to fight with the internet right now with it, where I'm swamping this server so hard right now with downloads that it's making it hard on me to move stuff around. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of that. Now, my thing is, like I said, I always start with uh, I always start with QB. Everything I'm taking out of QB, I want to get that out of the way. So we'll start at the top. I went ahead and did all the wasabi crap because I was already there. Make sure I deleted the police. I did that. Okay. And I got the ambulance. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to do the bank. Now the bank, we're not going to take it out. We're just going to edit it. If you're going to use OK banking, you don't take it out. You just edit this part. So you'll open it up here. And basically, we're just going to tab a lot of this stuff out. So the ATMs, we don't need those. Okay. Don't need this. Basically, you can tab most of this shit out. Probably use a blanket one, but I just didn't do it, so I started here already. Mainly, you just want the script to work, but you don't want the locations to work. So all you do is put a couple of dashes before everything. And a good thing with Visual Studio Code, as long as these match, you're good. Save that. Just leave that as it is. That's good. You don't even got to take it out. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to look for OK. So OK banking is our next target. All right, now this one here, OK is not that bad, but I do recommend on OK is checking their README and going to the page because it can change. Now I'm not going to open it on this screen. I'll drop you guys down to another screen because I don't want to do any more on that screen than I have to. Come on, don't do that to me. And mainly because I can switch back and forth here. Let's see, did it switch? Yeah, okay. And then we're just going to go here. Okay. Let's see. Now, so here's the reason why. So I'm about 100% sure that this is in the coding. So let's see, just for the sake of me checking. No. So with OK, you pretty much have to because they have SQLs, and I knew it. I knew I'd have to come down here and pull them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this SQL, and then let's see, we're going to do this one, and I'll add management. I don't have to do this one, so I may add management funds because it does help with some stuff. And then we'll do just do this one. We'll skip that for now. We'll go to this one because they did take all that out. If I have a problem with it later, and you guys, if you need that, if you ever need that SQL for management function, you can't find it, message me. I've got it. And then we're going to go and add this code. That's new. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. So that's new. We didn't have to do that before. Something about the IBAN. So we'll go do that. So let's just start with first things first. So let's get back up here and let's get this screen back up. No, it's going to take a second. There it goes. So we're going to go to SQLs. Since these are copied, we just hit copy on the thing that we was on, and then we wait till this thing loads. You go to SQL, and you can't do paste. You have to do Control V, and then you just hit go. Okay, now that part did. Now we'll go ahead and hit SQL again. We have multiple, so there was another one here. As you guys can see, you've got if using, and we're going to skip that one, and we're going to do that one. All right, so I'm going to grab this first one, put it in here, do go on that one. Thinking about it, okay. It's struggling a little bit, guys. Let's see. Yeah, see, we're struggling right now, but it's okay. We're on the struggle bus, but we'll be all right. Once we get all this main stuff done that we're doing, it drops down. It'll idle at like 50% CPU usage, which is not perfect, but it's good enough for what we're doing. Because we'll only be running XAMPP. I won't be running any Google or nothing like that any other time. So we'll be good. Let's get this down here. All right, so the next thing it says is right here. It says navigate to QB Core Server Player Lua and add the following code underneath function self.functions.setJobDuty in brackets on duty ... all the way to that. Just means the entire code. So whatever this function is, the entire function until you get to end, and then you'll put this under it. So I'll show you guys. So we're going to go to back up here. We're going to go to QB Core. Go here. And we're going to go to server and player Lua, this in here. Okay. Right, and let's see, we're going to look for this function. I may just try to see, let me copy it. We'll try. Control F. Search, Control V to drop. No results. Okay, because of this part right here. There it is. So it's going to go right under that. So I'm going to copy that out. Hit it again because I think I did something else. Okay, we're going to copy that out. And then this is your function. And remember what it said: ... and end. So all we're going to do is kill right here, and we're going to keep the syntax intact. So I'm going to try to keep the one space between. Okay, and then we're going to make it look just like the other one, because if not, it'll drive my OCD crazy. So we're going to do this. And so this one doesn't have a full function set. So we're going to do this. No, I think that'll be okay. We'll leave it there. That should be fine. The syntax on these parts don't matter as bad. Now, if you want to keep it looking perfectly, you can tab this over. Then all this is down the row, and then this is like that. So it kind of matches a little bit, even though it's should grab from this function, because all these are the same function from setJobDuty. These are all the same functions to go off of them. So we're going to save this. Okay, so we got that. that's pretty much all we got to do with that one, except for the hard part, which is this. Wait till the color comes in. So we're going to use that. We're going to use that. I like the banking sounds actually. Use it. You want to use a target? No, actually, I don't like that. If someone does, it's fine. I just leave it on E because then I know if it works. Target system, cache, use A caches, item, no. IBAN, we're going to leave that alone for now because we added that extra part. So I'm hoping that that fixes it. If it doesn't, come in here and delete it out. And then it uses everybody's own information for their IBAN. The problem with that is IBAN's just a pain in the ass. I don't know why they freaking use it. It's stupid. Okay, we'll leave all that alone. Let's see. We're not going to use the QB management funds table, so we're going to leave that false. We do have QB banking. We're going to require the card for the ATM. Why not? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. We're going to work our way down. Credit card price, so you can take that off or more. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, bank blips, those are fine. ATMs are fine. Okay, here we go. So our bots, I always use the same on these because that's what I always do it with. So if I make a bot, I name them all the same. Live RP. You can do what you want. That's up to you. Just how I've always done it because it made it freaking easier on me. Get fudge RP. Now, server icon. Not hard to do. You just have to be ready to do it. I guess we'll use the old one for now. I found a couple of new ones. Let me look at them really quick. One of my admins sent me some. Let's see where they at. Say sent me something. Let's just use this one for now. And you know what? I can change it later. Yeah, we'll just use my original one for now. Let's see. Just a second. I'll have to add it to Discord. Alright, so I think I've already got it in one spot. Let me find the folder. So it should be. And where did I put it at? Here. This has it. Yep, that's the one. So what we're going to do is copy this. And I'm going to drop it. I should. Wait, I may already have it done. Where's my folders at? Notes. There it is. So I've already got it. Basically, all you do is you drop it in Discord and send it to yourself or wherever. I usually put them in a folder. And then you can actually get the message link from Discord. And you just, there it is. So you send it to yourself in Discord, and then you pull the URL from it. Alright, so we're just going to save that. Now, I do have to do webhooks on this one. We're going to close this. And we're going to go to, I think they're in this one. I never remember which one. I'm pretty sure it's server though. There it is. It's only got one. So I've already got a folder made for it. Let's see. Pull this up there. So I've already got a folder made for okay, where I was working on the other server. So all I'm going to do is just pull the same webhooks. That way I don't have to redo them. I make one webhook for all of them. For everyone. Now I think there should have been one in here for the banking. Did I make a separate one for that on something crazy? No, I just didn't put it in. Okay, so we're going to have to make one. Okay, integrations, webhooks, and no, I don't see it. So we're going to create a new webhook. Maybe. New webhook. Where did it go? It's at the bottom, so we don't need this one. I need to delete that one. Too many in here. Okay. Name it, copy, save, escape. And then you can just put this back down here and drop it right there. You can just save it. That's a webhook. That's done for that one. Okay. That's all of that one. As long as the freaking stupid IBAN doesn't give us a problem. If it does, like I said, all we have to do is just take the okay out of the IBAN part, and it fixes it. It's a dirty way to do it, but it works. I've had so many conversations with them about that, but now they've got that part in there that maybe that'll fix it. So I've got okay. Once it loads, drag this over here. Guys, if you haven't already done so, please go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, leave us a comment down below. All those little things, they do help out with the server, with the scripts getting bought, us being able to get more stuff to do more videos on. The more people we have, the better we are. So we're trying to build 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to get more developers to let me do videos with their scripts so you guys can see more of them, all that kind of stuff. So please, guys, if you don't mind, go ahead and do that. That would make everything a lot easier on us and help us move on a lot faster, because we're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. That's our big thing right now. That's my next goal. So that'll keep everything moving along and keep me busy. All right, so we got okay banking. Let's clear that out. Okay banking is now gone. All right, let's see. Trying to help another person out. Alright, so let's see what we got next. Like I said, I want to go ahead and clear out not okay, but QB. So that way I can have all that crap out of the way. Now, I don't like bank robbery, so we're going to take it out because I have my own bank robbery script. So we'll get that out. Just work our way down. QB crafting is not bad. You can still use it. It's good for like just random crafting out in the middle of nowhere. If you want someone to be able to take 2 parts and make something, and it's not anything specific, maybe just to make food, or if it's a spot in the creek where they can get water, you can necessarily do it with this. It's not bad. It's one of those things. It just works. So it's not that big of a deal. Garages, that'll be the next. Now, I'm not going to throw a lot of shade on QB Garage, because apparently I've seen a couple of versions of theirs over time, and I have to be honest, their garage system is getting better. They're taking advantage of what people are doing, and they're trying to copy it, and I don't blame them for that. Let's see. So what we're going to do is I don't even see it. Where's my garage? So search for it. I don't see it. Maybe I didn't download it. Did I not download it? I didn't. Damn it. Crap. Didn't want to have to do this again. Keymaster. Assets. I've got a couple of them, maybe 3 garage systems, I think. If you guys need one of the other ones, let me know. Okay, so I've got OK Garage, I've got CD Garage, I got Loaf Garage. If you guys want to get it, I use CD Garage. I've been using CD Garage for probably 3 years. A lot of people switch to different ones, like JG Garage and a couple of other ones. I just like what works. I don't have to fight with it, and it's pretty well held up by a lot of the coders, so I don't have to fight with getting, making sure it works. So it just makes things easier. Sometimes it's easy just for it to be better for it just to be easy. This one, we're going to go to downloads. I'm not even going to remove it. I'm just going to open it here. Extract. Okay. Okay. I've totally got to rearrange my office. When I get it done, my back will be this way and my head will be over there. The desk will be that way, pointed backwards toward the wall. But I just I've got to get a bunch more work done. We just remodeled this entire room, and I haven't done any of the mud or the seams, and I've still got, the only reason I can't move it from here is because I got to move the outlet first. Let's see. Alright, now, this one does have quite a few dependencies, so let's just start with that first. Couple of them are here, so I think one of them we have to have is here. The garage sale we have to have, and draw text UI I know we have to have. I think we have to download that one. I don't use their Keymaster, and I don't use their Easy Time. So, see, this is the garage, so we'll put it in. It's going to go in modules. And come on now. Folder's empty. Okay. New folder. And remember, guys, I only insure the root folder, which is scripts, modules, maps, cars, everything else. It plays off of that original one. The only time I do it another time is if it doesn't work right. So like with Gym Mechanic, you have to make it its own. It's just how it is. Sometimes the phones do that too. But if you can make it work on the one insure, it makes their server run a little better and looks better when you're going to find stuff. So for this one, we're just going to put probably CD garage. Okay. Now, just take, I know the garage shells are in here. Let's see. So we're going to drag the garage shell and drop it here. Normally I'd put it with maps, but where it's a dependency, if you put it weird, it doesn't work. So either you have to put it before it or put it with it. And sometimes you still have to put it before it, because if it's grammatically different, it may not load before the script. So draw text UI. It's just a download link. And with Visual Studio, you can hold down your control button, and it should let you click it normally. There it goes. Just bear with me, guys, because again, it's just that I am stretched this server really right now to the max. So I'm not trying to go above and beyond what I need. I'm trying to hit that, what I need plus about half area somewhere. So like I said, once I quit doing all this craziness that I'm doing now, it will not be as jumpy. I guess you could call it. Let's see. So back up. Let's go ahead and grab that so I don't forget it. I know me. Go back to downloads. And let's open that up. Now, some people will open these up and grab the files and try to drag them out. Don't do that. Make sure you extract it completely. I've helped a lot of people over time, and then they've done that, and I've had to go in and redo stuff that was just that. All it needed to be done was just put in correctly. Never yank it out of the zip. Always unzip it and then deal with it. Okay, so now to the nitty gritty here. Let's see. README after purchasing. There's his README. Guarantee it's going to be a link. There it is. So let me just do this. Come on. Things load kind of slow at the moment. Like I said, though, I maxed this server out for what it can do at the moment. Go back down here. Next thing go. Get you guys down here with me. Switch. No. Alright, so this is the garage install. It's pretty simple. Actually, it's not that bad. With this one, you do the download. It says to ensure it. We don't do that. We ensure the root folder. You got to go in and do the config, of course, and get it going. Insert it automatically. That's the thing about this one is you don't have to put your database in. It does it for you. You can do keybinds. Dependencies are already in, so you've got the garage shell and the draw text. These are optional. The keys, we're not going to do anything with that. It'll be in there. Plate format. And that's pretty much it for this, unless you have errors. It's really easy to install, to be honest, for this one. So we're just going to leave that there. We're going to get back to work over here. What we need to do is a self-inserting SQL, so we don't have to stress about that. So what I want to do is, first thing we're going to do is open up this config, and there's our webhooks. We get ready to do it as well. We're just going to go down this really quick. It's not a bad one, and it works really well. Like I said, I've been using this one for since 2021. So it's been really good for us. It does auto detect. The only thing you want to make sure is that if you have a specific script you want to use, you might want to put it in. So like with notifications, I want to use my okay notify. So it will pick it up. See, it says, but if you select auto detect only ESX, Cubic Core, okay notify, ESUI, and Oxlib notifications will be detected. So you can put it in, but it's only accepting auto detect or other. So you have to do that. Let's see, it's going to auto detect your framework. Just going to work our way down. This is your plate format. You can do mixed or trimmed. I think I've always used mixed. I'm pretty sure of it. You always want one sync on no matter what. License. Let's see. Good here. Shoot, we're not worried about duty systems for this. These are your keys, so you need something you want to keep an eye on. This is just for the garage, which is, I mean, it's okay because you're putting it in and it's going to kill the engine when you put it in, so it's not that big a deal for this one. But some of these keys you want to be careful on, because the only one you have to worry about here, of course, is this one. When you store the vehicle, it's going to turn the engine off, so which is not a big deal. All this is fine. Don't turn on exploit protection unless you really want to. It will aggravate the piss out of you. Let's see. So we don't want the vehicle. We don't want to grab vehicles. We're going to just leave that as it is. It has no reason to grab vehicles from tables. Let's see. Vehicles is fine. That's your table menu. But you don't need to worry about that anyways. Garage tax. If you let people have garages, you can set up a tax. Basically, is all that is. Return vehicle is despawned or blown up. So you can do $500 for that. Impound, same thing. It's a separate command instead of the one with the police job. So make sure that the guys know that. The impound, it has its own command here. You can turn it off if you want. So if you want to use the one with the police job or some other one, that's fine. But I prefer this one. The only thing about it is if you impound the car and they use the valet, they're going to get it back no matter what. So let's see. Transfer vehicle. So this just chat command. Transfer vehicle. Pretty simple. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. Personally, I'd say don't. Mainly because if you have the OK contract, which is really cheap, it makes it to where it's an RP item. You can let them transfer garages, private garages, property garages, fake plates. You can turn that on if you want. I turn it on later. Vehicle keys. If you want to use their vehicle key system, you can. I don't. I use the one with QBs. That way I don't have any problem with any other scripts with like buying cars or something. Give key, get all this stuff. You don't need any of that stuff. Hot wires on. Let's see. Locking system. It's fine. Let's see. Lock picks. That's all fine. You can leave it as it is. Change it if you want to. Same thing with mileage, metrics, whatever it is. If it's mileage, miles or kilometers, whatever you want to use. Garage space. So if you want to limit the amount of cars a person can hold, you can do that. Because you don't want them to have a big bunch of cars. I do turn it on at some point. This is a job that can sell garages. Garage slots, car dealer. I mean, you can move it to like real estate agent if you want to. Persistent vehicles. Persistent vehicles is exactly what it sounds like. If it's out, it's a persistent vehicle. It stays out, even if there's a restart. You have to physically go in and remove it from the persistent vehicles SQL on the database to get them to go away. I don't turn it on because it's a pain in the ass. It's good if you want to have a server that has a tow truck, because they leave their car sitting, they get it towed. So it's up to you. It depends on how many people you have too. If you have a lower population, you can use this. The bigger the population, the more cars. More cars means it's more apt to make the server stall. Or you have to have a bigger console to run it on. Okay, so garages is fine. These are your garages. You got a 10 shell and a 40 shell. And then job vehicles. These are where you set up job vehicles for the cops. You can let them choose delivery. You can let them share the keys. I don't recommend the keys, but the deliveries are fine. You basically this is where the cars are. It's either a car one or a helicopter. And then you program where the spawn points are. Then down here is where you code in the cars. So you put in what the job, the plate, the grade, minimum grade. So you can actually decide what grade of a job, because they start with 0 and go up. So you can decide what grade gets what car, and then what type of garage it is, and then what car it is. You can do gang garages. I just have them turned off in the beginning. I don't mess with them. If you need them, turn them on. It just makes for less crap on the server that you don't need at the moment. These are your blips. You can change them out. You can change the color. You can change the actual blip itself, the sprite, scale, color, name, everything. These are your locations for your garages. Make sure they're all different. So it starts with A. It goes all the way down for the cars. Gets all the way to K. Next one you can continue on with, L, M, N, O, P all the way to Z, or you can just name it police, name it ambulance, but it has to be different. So if you do two, police garages, you want to do police one, police two, ambulance one, ambulance two, and so on. Same thing with the boats and the airplanes. Here's your impound locations. They are movable. And that's pretty much it for this. The rest of this stuff is just doing your auto detects for your framework and all that stuff. So we're going to save this, and we're going to close it. Now we got to do this. We got to get this webhook. And there's a few, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so it's got a few. All right, I'll show you guys. Like I said, I've already got. I'll put it over here. Just do it that way. All right, so I've already got one for it. Where is it at? CD Garage. So we're going to open it up, and integrations, webhooks, all of them, and they're in order as they are up there. So I'll put you guys back up there, and I'm just going to grab these really quick. So copy webhook, paste it here. Okay. And you could technically use the same webhook for each one, but this just lets you have, it'll be different when it actually makes a post. The next one should be transfer. Yep. Copy. Paste it in here. You'll notice I click the screen every time. It's because I have to reactivate this screen where I'm working on multiple computers here. Copy URL. I gotta click it so that way I know that it's active so I can do this. Paste that. And then garage space, copy, click, change me. It's gonna get changed. So we're gonna paste this over that. And that's putting in your webhooks. We're gonna save it. Close it. We're just gonna back out. Just like always. We're just going to drag CD Garage right there and drop it. Very simple, guys. Don't overthink some of this stuff. All right, so we got that done. And guys, I do ask if guys and girls. I just say guys. Don't take it as derogatory, please. If you guys have been hanging out with me this long, go ahead if you haven't already done so. Smash the subscribe button, man. Hit the like button. Blast that freaking bell so you guys get notifications. Leave me some comments. I don't care. Tell me it's boring. Tell me I'm a pain in your ass. I don't care. Leave us some comments. Like the videos. And make sure you subscribe. Then go over and get into these Discords so you guys can be in the servers. Be part of the discussion with our podcast. We're looking for moderators, people to help with advertising. Whatever you can do to help us help you make a better server. We want community. It's all about community. We don't care about numbers. We want it's not about the amount of people. It's about the type of people you have. I can have 100 people and they can all be assholes. Or I can have 10 people and they're great and everybody gets along. And then when people comes in, they feel included. That's the thing we want. We want an inclusive community. Man, women, doesn't matter. We've had it all. We've tried them all. It doesn't matter. I just don't want to have any derogatory crap going on or any of that other shit. It's just and for one thing, it's a streamer friendly server, full on 100% RP, at least until 11 to 11:30 at night when the population would normally die. Then we do crazy shit like blow up cars. If I'm awake or one of the admins is up, we blow shit up just because we're bored. So all right. So after I've done all that talking, let's go back over here and we're going to get rid of this. Because what do? We clean up our mess. Alright, we'll leave that download there because I've had to open that twice so far. Alright, so the garages were already in there. I had to get the garages, so they're done. Back to QB. I drug it out. Yes, I did. Alright, so we're going to work our way down. So that would be QB houses should have to come out at some point, but I don't want to pull it out until I put another housing script in. So when we do loaf, I'll pull this out. Next thing would be the HUD. So let's just go ahead and drag it up here. gone. We're going to look for our HUD. It's right here. Again, guys, every one of these scripts that we're installing, I did a video on. They're all in a playlist as together from the start to Cairo's first pack of guns. I was going to do them all. We had some issues with the other server. I had to back up and regroup. But if you can do one, you can do them all. You will see them all done, but it will be done live streamed. It won't be a separate video. I started to do them and just kind of break the video up, but we're not going to do that now. It's just going to be a live stream. It's going to be there, and that's how it's going to work out. It's probably going to be about 2 to 3 live streams to get everything done. One tonight, which is going to be over here in the next little bit. I'm going to do a little bit more, and we're going to call it a night. I'm probably going to kill the QB stuff out, and then we'll call it a night. Then tomorrow I'll come back and I'll blast through in the morning with all the rest of this stuff. But then I'll just have to do car coding. And my main goal tonight, which I need to check now, since I'm rambling, is did my car pack drop? No. Oh, shit. Zoom. I've got one more car pack that I need to pull. I'm hoping that this one will finish and I can get that one at least started, and I can just let it run overnight until in the morning. So let's get back at it here. It did crack, so we're good. Let's open this up. My ears, this headphones make my ears absolutely kill me. I need to get a new set. I can't wear them on both sides, so I probably need to get rid of this one. It's probably what I'll end up doing at some point. Alright, so this is the SQL. Let's get that out of the way. Let's see. Load. Okay, so let's do import. Choose file. Keep seeing something in my peripheral here. I don't know what it is, but it's driving me freaking crazy. Let's see. Got lost. Desktop. This one. Take it away. Come on now. There you go. Pulling teeth. Alright. Okay, so this is the HUD. That's pretty much the biggest thing for it other than this. This is a really in-depth HUD. It's not one of their better ones. They do have a newer one that I like. It's like an AI something or other, but it was so much coding to make it work, and then I had to go in and redo a bunch of crap. Nah, I'm good on that. I'm not trying to work myself to death. Okay. Okay, so we're not using new ESX. We're going to false that. Let's see. We're using aux. That's fine. That's fine. We're using PMA. That's fine. Let's see. Yeah, we'll leave the radial on there. I like the dynamic first start. I always turn that on. Miles per hour. T/HUD settings gets you into the settings so you can move stuff around. The map is available on walking. I think that's a good thing because, you know, if you have your phone up doing GPS, if you're in New York City, I do real time because I think it's kind of crazy not to know what time it is. You can see if it's daylight or dark, but you know, there is a call for this. Someone did mention this to me recently, so maybe I'll change it back because not everybody has the same time. So like if I'm doing a report as a cop and it's, you know, 5 o'clock and I'm like, okay, it's 1700, but where you're at it's 2 o'clock. So let's just leave that off for now. Seatbelt sound has to go. And guys, with this, make it what you think is best, but damn it. I always put it to at least 150. Seatbelt speed limit sound. Let's see. Alright, so basically this just tells you where stuff's going to be. Top, left, center, all that good stuff. These are your different types of HUD positions and the types of that they have, compass, container, all that stuff. Your colors, you can change them if you want. You can actually change them in the HUD settings too. This is just your default. So if you want everything purple, want everything green, it's just something we've been talking about doing. We may end up doing it too. So let's see. Let's see, now this one's the one that's fun because you have to decide what you're going to use. Because some watermarks don't work, some of them do. I've had a lot of problems with some people not getting the watermarks to work, so it's up to you what you do and how you do it. So you have to read it. True disables the watermark and text logo. False here, if true, the watermark will be shown. If false, the logo will be shown. So what we're going to do is true here. True. Okay. All right, and then we're just going to, right here, we're going to put, okay. Then I think we have to tab this one out. Okay. Now, if you want a logo, you do it there. Like I said, I have a lot of problem with logos. Enable ID, cache, all that good stuff. You can just read all the rest of this stuff is usually fine. This is the one you need to work on. Cruise control. What I usually do is I set it for like Y, and then I turn it off further down. Seatbelt. B is usually the default for seatbelt. The rest of this stuff is usually good to go. Right here, enable cruise. Turn that shit off. It's annoying, and it gets turned on, and some people can't get it off. Alright, fuel, true, that's wrong. It's going to be legacy fuel. Now, if you're using aux or CDN or any of them other ones, that's on you. This is just what we're using currently. A lot of the scripts I use legacy fuel. The scripts where you can own the gas stations use legacy fuel, aux fuel, and I think CDN. I can't remember. There was another one. That's up to you. Stress, that's another thing. It's up to you. Off of that shit. You can't even freaking walk around the block without passing out. And I think that's the end of this one. Yes, it is. So we're going to save this. Take it. Keep hitting save as for some reason. It's a freaking the way that it looks on the screen to me. For you guys, it looks fine, but for me, it's like really dull and weird looking. Okay, so that's all of that. I always look just to make sure. So we're going to go to resources. We're going to go to modules. And we're going to drag this over here. Okay, so there's that. But like I said, at least for tonight, my main goal is, before I freaking pass out, is to try and get through all of the stuff that I want to take out of here at least if I can. So let's just look where we're at. So we should have been at the HUD, which should have been right in here roughly. Like I said, the houses we'll take out when we do loaf housing. This other stuff's got to stay. QB jewelry. I think this is the robbery. If it is, it's garbage. Guys, you can leave it in until you get your own. Get another one, but it's garbage if I'm not mistaken. I think this is it. Load. It is. Be careful, guys. If you let someone use this, make sure they use a shotgun. If you use anything but a shotgun, it'll freaking ban them. Let's see. The loading screen's going to get changed too, just because of that. Okay, let's see. The loading screen will get changed. Mechanic job will get changed, but I'm not going to do that just yet because JG Mechanic takes a lot of crap to do, and it's a pain. Let's see what else we've got first before we go that route. Let's start at the bottom and come back up. So let's see. Vehicle shop. I haven't decided what I'm going to use yet. I kind of like AKs. I've got OK, but it's too much fucking work. And no, it doesn't put cars on the floor, and I don't like that. Keys, that's fine. Truck robbery's fine for now. All these random jobs, you can keep them if you want, and go in and adjust them. Do some dev work on them, guys. Change the what you make. Make it the surprise one. Bam, I can go over here and drive a trash truck for 30 minutes, and I'm going to get, $300-400 or $3,000-4,000 or whatever. Plus, but I'm going to walk away with all this extra shit. People don't think about that. Store robbery does have to go because I will be putting in a store robbery script, so I'm just going to get that now because I'll forget about it. Spawn we're going to keep because the only ever spawn ones I've got is like OKs, and it's okay. Don't get me wrong, but the last few times we've worked with it, it's just been a pain. Let's see. So scrapyard, probably take that one out. I've got my own. Get rid of that. Recycle job, we're going to keep that. Radio menu has to stay. Prison has to stay. Phone. So the next thing we're really going to be doing is mechanic job and phone. So, let's see where we're at on this download first. Got like 8 minutes left on the download. And that is which one? That one? That's one. I think I've got one more to go. So I need to get that one at least started. So. Okay. Let's go back. So it looks like let's just go ahead and do JG and get done with. Screw it. Where's where you at? Make job. You going up here, bud? You're going. You're done. You're done. Let's get rid of you. JG. So we'll do both of these. Like I said, guys, if any of these scripts you guys are looking at, if you want a more in-depth going into it right now kind of a thing, install and kind of seeing it working and getting just a basic understanding, okay, once I install it, it works. I do have a video. Go over to I'll have, when this drops, I'll go in and add it to the end result, but there is a playlist. I promise. Get rid of that. And let's get rid of that. I promise you there's a playlist. Okay. So we're going to get back out of here. We don't need to be in here anymore. Well, maybe we do. It has items. So there's the props, text UI. I'm pretty sure these are all full scripts. Yes. Okay. This is the one we need to mess with. And there is an item for it. I know there is. So let's see what it got. Audio directory, config, framework, install. There we go. So he's got a database. Inventory should be a couple of things. There we go. That's what we want. Alright, so we're going to go back over here. Let's get the images out of the way. Inventory, HTML, images. Let's just do this. Again, guys, like I always say, if you're using a panel server, drag and drop. If you're using Windows, please copy and paste. I don't know how many servers I've worked on and I couldn't find what I needed to know what was in the scripts because I couldn't fix them. Don't take stuff out of scripts. Copy it out. It's easier that way. You'll thank me later. Okay. Sorry about that. QB Core items. Okie dokie, smoky. So QB Core shared items. Go ahead and click on this while we're at it. And I'm going to click on that. Open that up. Too. We should get both on the same page. There it is. Holy shit. I forgot how much this crap there was. Don't grab the bracket, people. Just kind of drop it down one. Grab at the bottom. All the way back up. See, it says do not copy and paste this file. Just copy the items within the table below. So they must have just copied this out of some type of server setup. So we're going to take these. We're going to copy them. We're going to go over here. Then I'm just going to drop that down the line. We'll draw out a little line here. We're going to call it JG Mechanic Job Items. Drop down a couple times. Back up, tab over, drop this in. Yeah, I still cleaned it up. I knew I would. Never do a backspace right against the last line because you'll sometimes grab the last end of this line over here and then you'll get an issue with your inventory when you go to load up. Bring that back, push it out just a little bit so it kind of gets you looking. Okay, we'll save that, close it. Close this, it's going to go ding. We don't want to save the issue because it's fine as it was. We've got the images, we've got the items. That's the worst part of this one because I believe the database is right here. Yep, so we're just going to go right on back up here. We're going to go import. Choose. Desktop. Script. Install. Database. Give it a second for it to load. There we go. Okay, now check on this again. 3 minutes. Okay. All right. Now it did have a README, so let's just, for the sake of arguments, let's look at it. It's basically the same stuff. There's the full instructions. There's Infinity, everybody's got pretty much. JG mileage, so that's something new. Let's get that. I didn't know that was on there. We'll grab that up. So we need the zip. I think it's downloading. Yeah, okay. Now while it's doing that, I'm going to look at their install thing really quick. Just for the sake, let's just do it this way. Control. Open. I try not to work it anymore than I have to. I think it's just simple here. Yep. That's what I thought. Just drag everything in, and it wants you to insure it, which we're not going to do. So we don't need this page anymore. We don't need that page anymore. Okay. So we don't need this anymore. Let's get out of here. Go to that download page. And it's right there. So let's do back up from more. So we're going to go to scripts. This is a mechanic script, and so what we're going to do is new folder jobs. Okay, because there's going to be a lot of jobs. Then in here, new folder mech. And you can go in here and do JG. Consider they've got a few things you want to add. So if you want to keep it all together, just do this. You can do JG mech. Just do that. Trying to keep everything organized, guys, from the jump. That way it's not hard to figure it out. Alright, so once you've got that broke down and it's sitting there, all you have to do, it's already coded, ready to go. One thing we gotta do is open this one. Extract. Oh, now. Okay, JG mileage. I don't think I'll have to do anything with it, but we'll look just for the sake of doing it. Everything's probably auto. Yep, that's good. Okay, so what we're going to do is rename this. Let's try it without renaming it and see if it throws an error. If it does, we'll take the 0.2.0 whatever off of it. I don't know why they put that shit on there if they don't want you to leave it. Okay, we're going to do that. We're going to go back to here. And then we're going to already. So this should be an auto. Yeah, okay. So we just need to. Got the items, we got the pictures. We need to go in here. So main config is here. Most of this shit's auto. Auto. You can leave it on auto if you want. If something doesn't work the way you want it to, go back and change it. Let's see. For this one, the only one I think you probably would need to change. I know we need to do this one because we use a different bank, and I don't want them to automatically go and use QB Bank before OK banking. I think people just lose their money. So we're going to do that. Let's see. Let's just do a few of them. Make sure we get what we want. We got a lot of OK stuff, right? So why not use it, people? Paste this. Okay. Let's see. Okay, notify. Okay. I'll leave the rest of that alone. I just mainly want to get the ones that I know that it can not use. Let's see, framework jobs is fine for now. Got QB. See. Address repairs. Tuning. you got to go to change your different neck shops. Will do that when we go to do the customizations. You set them up. You can decide what they can do, how much that they're priced at, and then there's a price evaluation based on the value of the car. So you've got a price multiplier for certain stuff. There's car lifts. You can turn them on or off. Stashes, all the good stuff. Use it if you want to. Don't if you don't. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to save this because it's just pretty simple after that. If you read the green, you're usually pretty good. You can change some stuff if you follow along. You will see that I do make a bunch of changes to these scripts. So, is that already in there, or is it just a link? Son of a bitch, that was already in there. Oh well, we got the newer version. It's over there. Okay, alright. So, come back. That's in. Click off here so I can mess up. That. Alright, so the handling. That's the next one. Again, this is the mechanic script. This is like your laptop situation. Let's get that out of the way. We're coming close to the end of the live stream for the night, though. I'm not going to do the, well, let's see. I may go ahead and do the phone. I don't know. We'll just have to see how I feel when I get done with this one. It's been a long day. Let's see. Let's see how it works out. Let's see. My download should be done, though. Yep. Let's go ahead. Let me go ahead and grab this other file and get it started. Let's see. Share. Okay. Sharing it from one of my restricted drives. I've got some that I share and some that I don't. This one here, I share it with all. It's easier for me to share the drive than for me to try to move it around. And for me to try to open it up on the server, I don't want it on the server. Because if someone was to ever hack the server, they'd have not only everything that's on here, they'd have all of my backup files as well. So I don't open it on the server. I'd rather just download it this way. Okay, there we go. Alright, so JG handling. Pretty simple. Gotta read me. It's gonna have this. I know it's gonna have an SQL. Let's see. Drag, all the same normal stuff. Config. Maybe it doesn't. It's probably self-installing. May have it in there. Okay, so it's probably in the file. Okay, so we'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of this. There it is. This one just has a database. So go back up here. And go here. Import. There you go. Should be green. Yes, it is. Alright, so that takes care of that. Let's minimize that. We're going to look inside of the config. There's a lot of stuff you can do here. You can preset it to where certain people can only get certain parts of it. They can get the whole thing. There's a lot of stuff that's, you know, able to be done. So one thing we're going to do on this one is we're going to make sure they use OK notify, because why not? We paid for it. Let's see. I think that's about it. Yeah, you gotta have a timing tool and some other stuff, but if those become a thing, you'll have to add them. So let's just, oh, this is something I didn't like, is the command editor. I don't like that. So I always use t/tune, tuner, yeah, tuning. Let's just use tuner, that'll work. Editor just don't sound right with, I'm not editing your car. Technically I am, but you know, if it was an RP situation, you're not editing your car. You're tuning your car. Is there a, let's see, Blender, which web looks up, let's see. Oh well, don't really need them anyways. I'm gonna grab this and drop it here. Okay, so that's that. Okay, let's go back out of here. I think the only thing, let's look in QB, because I want to see what's left of the original scripts other than like the vehicle shop. So let's just look right here. So I'm not changing that just yet. I got to figure out. I'm probably going to use AKs, but I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Oh, I know what we can do. It'll drive me crazy. So we can go to small resources, config. Come on now. Okay, what I want you to do is, if you scroll down to here, if you take out 14, why you take 14 out to do it, I don't know. It will give you back the crosshair. That's pretty much it. And then if you go to, another thing you need to do is, while I'm thinking about doing craziness, because I may not do the phone tonight, you've got to go to inventory. This is something you guys need to do. Okay, go to inventory. Let's see, which one is it? Go to, hang on, I have it on my Discord. Make my, where did you go? There you are. Let's see, so we're going to go to this page. My Discord bigger. Let's see, let me search myself. Let's see. Inventory. There's an issue with your inventory. It prints. So what it does is, every time you use something, it prints it in your on your console, and you want to get rid of that. So it is in. So this link, I believe, will show me exactly where it's at. So it's supposed to be in server main loop, but I don't think it is. I did a video on this. I just can't remember. Let's look and see. Functions, I can't remember. So what we're going to do, oh yeah, you do. You come in here, and you load this one up. Alright, you're going to do Control F. You're going to search for print. It's the only one. Okay, this is not the one. Okay, don't worry about that one. Leave that one as is. Okay, I think it's this one, if I'm not mistaken. Once it loads, Control F, print. Let's see. Let's see which one we're looking for. There it is. See that right there? It's one thing. All you gotta do, dunk, dunk, dunk. Save it. That keeps it from showing a freaking inventory in your, every time you take something out of your pocket, it's gonna say inventory for player whatever reset.